What's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. The Zone. We in the building. Let's get it. We got the great interview coming up right now with Tyson Fury's teammate, Ahmed Elbiali. This is going to be a great interview. Ahmed Elbiali, light heavyweight contender, 30 years old, 20 wins, 17 knockouts. You know, this guy is something special. Only one loss to a champion. Only one loss to a champion, John Pascal. Shout out to everybody in the chat. JC the Don, A-Rod in the building. What's good, A-Rod? Shout out to everybody. Haitian Sensation. You know, we got Tyson Fury's teammate, Ahmed Elbiali, future world champion in the light heavyweight division. He been training with Tyson Fury in Sugar Hill. You know, I've seen a couple of his fights on PBC. You know, this guy he's a special fighter. He has a lot of power. He's been in there with tough opponents like Alan Green. Alan Green, former super middleweight contender Alan Green. He's been in there with some of the top guys like John Pascal. So shout out to Ahmed Elbiali for definitely giving us an opportunity to do the interview with him. You know, he's a part of one of the best teams in boxing. When you talk about the stable of Tyson Fury, you got Tyson Fury. You got fighters like Ahmed Elbiali. You got people like Anthony Durrell. You know, Andre Durrell and those guys a part of the team. My boy, Boxing God 7. What's good, Boxing God 7? Appreciate you coming through, bro. Appreciate the support. Thank you for the super chat. He said, peace to you, H Money. He said, at work, but I'm listening. Absolutely, man. So, you know, we got a great interview right here with Ahmed Elbiali. He's a contender in the light heavyweight division. You know, I know he wants a title shot. I know he wants his rematch with John Pascal. I know that he wants to fight. He wants to fight the best. We know that he wants to go in there and get his rematch with John Pascal. I want to ask him about, you know, possible fights with Joshua Buatsi. Bernardi, what's good, Bernardi? What's good? Bernardi in the building, 24 Geezy. What's good, 24 Geezy? He said the dude who runs the Fight Club channel is getting roasted, claiming T.O. is undisputed. He's getting cooked on his panel. I'm not. Who is that? The dude from Fight Hub. Oh, you talking about who is name? Marcos from Fight Hub TV, right? Anthony Breland, what's good? Anthony Breland in the building, what's good? Anthony Breland, the son of a legend, the son of Mark Breland, an Olympic gold medalist, two-time world champion, Mark Breland. Let's go. Let's go. We got the interview with Tyson Fury's teammate, Ahmed Elbiali, light heavyweight contender, and we gonna break it down. A-Rod in the building. He said, gotta work. Drop by to say what's up. What's good, Anthony Breland? What's good, Ant? He needs a wrench. Yeah, I'm about to give him a wrench right now. We're gonna do that right now. Let me drop the link to anybody. If anybody want to join, as we, you know what I'm saying, the people fall through. Let's go. Hit the like button. Let me get a brother a wrench. I appreciate Anthony Breland representing for his father, man. You know what I'm saying? They got to. Okay, the brother just hit me up. I'm about to send him the link. So we're gonna get to the interview. Okay. Okay. Let's get it going. So we got trolls around here. Y'all know what to do with the trolls, man. Let me share the video. Let me post the video with the people. Don ZB, what's good, Don ZB? Salute. So this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to send him the link real quick. And we go. Jalen, what's good, Jalen? He said, you know what it is. JC, what's up, my boy JC? So what I'm about to do, I'm about to give Anthony Breland a link right now. I'm about to give Anthony Breland a wrench, matter of fact. Let's give Anthony Breland a wrench because we know these trolls, they popping up out the blue. Too many trolls around here. Deontay Wilder fanboys. The fanboys, they can't control themselves since Wilder got his ass whooped. What's good? So I'm about to send the brother the link. Share the video. Everybody hit the like button. Let's get the likes up right now. I'm about to send him the link. Let's get it. I want to share the video, so let me send him the link. What's good? What's good? Let's get down to the bottom of this. It's going to be a great interview. Hit the like button. Free of charge, baby. Let's see what he said. Oh, Anthony Breland in the building. He said, I appreciate it, H Money. I appreciate you, Anthony Breland. You know, I appreciate you. I appreciate you and your father. For sure, we're going to keep exposing Deontay Wilder. We're going to keep exposing his whole team, all his fanboys. We're going to expose them. And I can't wait for the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. So Tyson Fury could punch his face in again and knock him out for all the lies. So I just sent him the link. I need to let me share the video to the people. Too many excuses for Wilder. He needs to shut his mouth. I'm going to tell, let's see. All right, just sent it to him. Let's see what's going on. Uh-huh. What's good, Yova? What's good, my boy, Yova? Uh-huh. Let's go. So we got my boy Yova in the building. What's good, Yova? Uh-huh. Exactly. Look at this. He said Wilder tried to destroy Mark's training career. Tyson Fury will get revenge for you and himself. Exactly. You try to assassinate a man's character when he got a family. Mark Breland got a family. He got kids, man. Deontay Wilder he's selfish. He don't care about anybody but himself. He doesn't care about anybody. All he's trying to do is protect his image as a false king. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to protect his image as a false king, man. Let's go, bro. So let's post it. Let's get this thing going. I just sent him the link. Yova, what's good? Everybody hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. So what I'm doing right now, I'm sending the link to everybody. We sharing the video. Share the video on all social media platforms. Share the video. Tell a friend. Hit the like button. And let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Future world champion Ahmed Elbiali in the building. You know, a true fighter. He wants to fight the best. He's already fought some of the best in John Pascal. You know, he been in the ring with some of the best. Ahmed Elbiali, he almost knocked out. He almost knocked out John Pascal. You know, now he got more experience. He got one of the best trainers in boxing, Sugar Hill, with him. So you know he going to bring the smoke. Let's get it. Let's get it. Don ZB, what's popping? Yeah, we ruffling feathers. They can keep getting mad all they want. You can get mad all you want. We don't care if you get mad. Matter of fact, I want you to get mad. Cry about it. Cry about it, punks. Tyson Fury whooped Deontay Wilder's ass, bro. Get over it. Stop crying. All these excuses about loaded gloves, the suit was too heavy, somebody spiked my water. Stop crying, Wilder. Take your loss like a man. Take your loss like a man. So I'm sending out the link. What's good? Let me see what y'all talking about in here. Let's see what my boy Don ZB said. He said H Money, ruffling feathers. Oh, so we got the champ. The champ is here. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, my brother?
Alhamdulillah, baby. Alhamdulillah.
Good to have you, my brother. Thank you for the opportunity, my brother. Thanks for doing the interview with the fans. We appreciate it, my brother.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much, for real.
Absolutely. So, my brother, I want to start off with how did you get started in the sport of boxing? How old was you when you first laced up a pair of boxing gloves?
Oh, when I first laced up a pair of boxing gloves, no one really ever asked me that. I was probably 13 or 12, but it was just street boxing. One of our homies did it. He taught us some tricks, and we would just box every weekend together with a mouth guard in the tennis courts or something. Officially, I started boxing when I was 16 for my 16th birthday. And how did I get into boxing? It was the street boxing that really helped. People would tell me every time I'd hit them, they'd see colors and shit. But I think a big part of it was also Mike Tyson and HBO After Dark. That was for me. I would wait all day for HBO After Dark, stay up all night and just watch boxing. So yeah, man, boxing's been a blessing. Once I walked into the gym, that's the first person I thought about. I'm like, I want to be just like Mike Tyson.
Okay, so my brother, what state are you from? For those that don't know.
I was raised in Miami. I was born in Cairo, Egypt, but I was raised in Miami, Florida, and now I'm residing in Las Vegas, Nevada, to perfect my skills and become a world champion.
Okay, and was there any other sports that you did before boxing? Was it like basketball, football, or anything else besides boxing?
I grew up playing hockey, and then I grew up playing. I transferred into football throughout middle school and high school. Down here in South Florida, football is life. If you're not playing football, you're not a man. And not just that, football is football. I love football, man. I dreamt of being in the NFL, playing Division I, all that. So football really taught me a lot of things that helped me in boxing. In football, bro, you already know football is gritty. It's all about hard work, sacrifice, going through pain. You know, you break something, you got to keep playing. So football is a lot different sport than a lot of different sports. It's much different than a lot of other sports. So I think it relates well to boxing, and it helped me a lot in boxing.
Absolutely. So, brother, who was your favorite fighters growing up? Who were some of the fighters that influenced you as a young man?
Definitely Mike Tyson. I always go back to Mike Tyson. Muhammad Ali, I'd read his books, and the person that he's, you know, remarkable outside of the ring. Inside of the ring, Muhammad Ali gave us flash, ring generalship, footwork, speed, hand speed, and just a new approach to really boxing. But as far as who really motivated me to get into boxing was Mike Tyson. I would see this man knock guys out, and I'm like, I want to be just like Mike Tyson. So, yeah, Mike Tyson was the man.
So, it was the knockout power of Mike Tyson. He brought so much excitement to the sport, and you were one of those that looked up to Mike Tyson in a way. He inspired you a little bit.
Oh yeah, inside outside punches, going outside into inside uppercuts, doubling up your uppercuts. I had a coach that would tell me the Tim Witherspoon combination, hit him on the waist, come back with a big left hook. Tyson was so special. Like, Tyson was so special. I mean, people can say he was only a 6-round fighter or a 4-round fighter or a 2-round. I give no, excuse my language, I give no fucks, bro. Tyson for me was Tyson until this day for me. When I see him do little things, he's always on balance. He's always shifting and giving angles. He's pivoting correctly. He's using his hits correctly. Foundationally, Cus D'Amato taught him really well, and it's not surprising because Cus D'Amato also coached Floyd Patterson, and get this, Floyd Patterson was the youngest world champion at his time. A couple decades later, he made Mike Tyson the youngest champion of all time. So you can't really discredit Cus D'Amato for what he did with Mike Tyson, and thanks to them, they really changed the boxing game.
Yeah, absolutely. And he also trained Jose Torres, who was a light heavyweight champion as well. Oh, wow. He was another great fighter. And Cus D'Amato was known for that high guard, peekaboo type of style, you know. Mm-hmm. And Rest in peace to Customato. He was, he took in Mike Tyson and pretty much adopted Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson had a tough childhood, and he became his legal guardian. So shout outs to Customato for what he did for so many young fighters, so many troubled young men, and helped them change their life. So, brother, speaking of Tyson, we know that you are Tyson Fury's teammate.
Tyson.
How is it being Tyson Fury's teammate and training with Sugar Hill? How long have you been training with Tyson Fury and Sugar Hill?
It's a true blessing training around these guys. Just being in their atmosphere and aura alone, it'll get you better, technically, mentally, and honestly, spiritually. Tyson's in the last months has said some things to me that has really helped me grow outside of boxing and drop little bad habits that I've had and really focus on myself. He also mentioned to me going down at 168. You know how many, since I was an amateur, people would be like, dude, you're a light heavyweight. You should be fighting 160. I never listened to anybody because I love to eat ice cream. So for the first time in my life, Tyson said this to me, and I'm like, you know what? I might listen to this guy, and it's something that I'm doing. As far as Sugar, I've known Sugar since my first loss and my only loss to Jean Pascal. I actually contacted him a couple weeks after, and I was really surprised because, to me, Sugar is not just a Hall of Fame trainer, but he's one of the best trainers in the world right now. And for him to answer the phone call right away, coming off of a not so nice loss, he's like, "Hey, I know you. Yeah, you got your ass whooped. Hey, but I like you. You come to knock people out. I know we could do big things with you. Like, I know I can help you." For me, that was really invigorating at a really tough time. The Jean Pascal loss is something that I still think about every day, and it's helped me become a better man in boxing and outside of it. But as far as Sugar, it's great being around them, and I see only so much growth from here on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, brother, speaking of your fight with John Pascal, I watched it and I seen that you hurt him. I believe in round number one? You had rocked him with a hard shot, and I feel like with your new team making those adjustments, you will be able to beat John Pascal, God willing. Is that something that you want in the future? A rematch with John Pascal?
It's something that it's something I truly desire. I would love it, but at the same time, unfortunately, I want to redeem myself, but I feel like it's a loss for me. If I beat him, everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, you should have beat him from the first time." And then, I'm not gonna lose to Jean Pascal, so I'm not even gonna say that. But I would love to fight John. I truly think I gotta give them more reward for fighting me, because right now I'm just high risk, no reward. So I gotta find a way to bait these guys in and get them to fight me. Right now, John has to go through Badu, and I really see. Unfortunately, I see Badu stopping John, but you never know. And John works hard, and he doesn't post anything. John's real smart. He's one of the smartest guys I've met in boxing and outside of boxing. He's honestly a great dude, smart financially, smart strategically. So, and I've learned a lot from John. I'm friends with John's manager. So I would love to fight John. I'd love to fight Badu. I'd love to go down to super middleweight, fight Benavidez, Plant, and of course the cash cow Canelo. But we're going to take it step by step. I haven't fought in a year and a half. I'm trying to get back in there any way possible, but there's always a bump in the road, and I think it's because of God's blessing. I think this allows me more time to work with Sugar. I think it gives me more time to be around Tyson, and it gives me more opportunities for people to see me grow and get better. So inshallah, whatever fate has for me, I'm ready for it, and I know it's always good because God is by my side.
Absolutely. Maestro Boxing says, salute H Money. Great interview. One of the best doing it on YouTube. Thank you, my brother Maestro.
Thank you,
Appreciate that.
Maestro, baby. Thank you.
Yeah, he has a channel as well, my brother. There's plenty of people in the chat. They got their own YouTube channels, and a lot of the brothers and a lot of the sisters, they would love to interview you, and hopefully we could set some up as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely, brother. So, brother, who did you think won that fight between John Pascal and Badu Jack? They first meeting. Who you thought won that first fight?
I know it's tough to say. I guess on the scorecard, what they both got knockdowns each, right?
Oh yeah, they both. I think Pascal dropped them twice earlier in the fight, and then Badu Jack came on strong towards the end.
Yeah, I had it. I'm like, it should be a draw because I was there. I'm like, this is a TMT card. Badu's with TMT. Badu's like, I guess he's more American than John because John's Canadian. So I'm like, you know what? Fair wise, it could be a draw because they're gonna have a rematch either way. I'm like, this is a fight that's gonna be a rematch either way. So I thought it was a fair draw. When I saw the decision, I'm like, whoa! I would have thought they would have given it to Badu because it's a money team card, but it was a really weird decision. But hey, John kept his belts and they're gonna go back at it. So it's good for them, man. They deserve it. They're two veterans. They've put in the work to get opportunities like this, and I being around them, I've sparred Badu, and I've been around John multiple times, and being around them, they've taught me like what you need to do to stay in the game and to stay being a prize fighter in boxing. To stay being a prize fighter in boxing, you need to become a world champion. Point blank, period. Until then, there's only few guys that can stay prize fighters without becoming world champions, and that's really only guy on the top of my head right now is Gabe Rosado, and I have no idea how he does it, but marketability maybe. He's the only guy that I feel that's a prize fighter that's making decent money and a name for himself in boxing without becoming a world champion. So you got to become a world champion in this sport to leave your mark and to stay healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. So brother, who is your promoter, by the way? Which network do you fight on? I think I seen you fight on PBC a couple of times. Are you still on a PBC right now?
No, unfortunately, I'm not with PBC anymore. I would have loved to stay with PBC, but it's inactivity for me, man. And inactivity kills fighters, especially fighters that really want to fight. Like I want to fight every month if I can, because this is what I live for. I love boxing. So PBC, they say they might pay well and they'll give you less fights, but we need to stay busy. I know COVID hit and all that, but throughout my career, it's always kind of been inconsistency. And I get it. Once you lose, it's hard to, once there's no O by your record, man, pro game's different. Especially if you're, I'm a crack, like I bang. So it leaves them with like, oh shit, what do we do with him? But in that case, man, I had to move on. I'm with Salida Promotions and Warriors Boxing. I'm looking to do big things in super middle, light heavy, and cruiser. That's been my dream since I was a kid, and that's what I'm looking to do in boxing.
That's what's up, brother. So you want to be a champion in 3 different weight classes.
Yes,
super middleweight, inshallah, light heavyweight, and cruiserweight. That sounds very good, my brother. That's some great goals you set for yourself. My brother. So now, by you working with Sugar Hill, what makes Sugar Hill a great trainer from you working with him? What separates him from the other trainers, you believe? What makes him a special trainer?
He has a championship mindset. He teaches us to be a champion, and it gives me, bro, I have goosebumps right now saying this. I've been with really great trainers, and I'm not cutting them short by saying that. Like, I really mean it. I've been with really great trainers. Sugar Hill, bro, he is. It's mindset, it's energy. They radiate, and a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, bro, because the energy tank is through the roof. We never get tired with him. He's always pushing us. We'll be in the gym for 3 hours, jumping back and forth, in and out movement, making sure we're not getting hit, making sure it's all strategy, making sure we're always winning the fight. Every minute of the fight, we're winning the fight. Even if we're going backwards, we're winning the fight. And that's the beauty of Sugar Hill. He really gives us that Detroit Motown style, and not just technical. It's not just the technical, it's the mindset. It's being in your opponent's at like booty fight. It's being like, you know. Excuse me, sorry. Sorry, nothing, no. My bad. But yeah, that's Sugar Hill. That's Sugar Hill, bro. It's true. It's really remarkable. This is how crazy. When I was 17, there's a gym down here in Miami called the Heavyweight Factory. It's not in Miami, it's Hollywood. It's where Shannon Briggs trained, Vladimir Klitschko. A lot of these heavyweights would go there. It's a really private, professional gym. I was 17 at the time. Emmanuel Stewart was coaching Miguel Cotto for his fight with Ricardo Mayorga. So they came through, and Emmanuel came up to me, bro. I was a wild puncher. I would just go in there with heavyweights. I was like light heavyweight cruiser at the time. So I'd just go in there with the heavyweights, just bang him out. And a lot of these guys would be like, bro, I don't want to spar Ahmed. Like, he can't box, but he can hit. So Emmanuel came up to me one day, and he just said, he's like, hey, son, you got potential. And as a kid, this is like, you know, I'm like, bro, this is Emmanuel Stewart. I didn't really like train. My old man trainer was right next to me. I didn't really care. I'm like, bro, this is Emmanuel Stewart. He's telling me I got something in boxing. No one has ever told me I had anything in boxing. He introduced me to Sugar, to Dominique Dalton. I sparred with these guys. I sparred with Miguel. He's like, here, I want you to spar with Miguel. I think it'd be great for you and great for him. Let me spar with Miguel Cotto. This is for me as a kid. I'm like, bro, this is an amazing experience. Fast forward. I contact Sugar through Dominic because he's my buddy. He's like, hey, here's his number. Hit up Sugar. He's going to help you out a lot. And fast forward, 12 years? Shit. Now I'm with Sugar. Rest in peace to Emmanuel, but he gave Sugar a lot of the things that he knows. And without Emmanuel, there would be no Sugar.
For sure, my brother. And I got one more question, and we got a few brothers on the panel that would like to ask you some questions as well. So, could you tell us a little bit about the Crunk style? I heard you say it's like dog work, right? On the inside. Tell us about this Crunk style that I keep hearing about.
Bro, the Crunk style. This is a Crunk style. You never want to stay in. You jab, you come back. You jab, you come back. You jab, you come back. And it's all about being in your opponent's ass. So even if you're pretending you're going back, you're not even going back. You just pretend and boom, you come back. You come back. And bro, he just makes us so ferocious and angry, but happy at the same time. That's why I love it.
Yo, the fans like it. They put in the fire emojis. They like that.
Bro, for real. I swear. I don't, there's some things privately that I don't want to say in my life. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've pissed off my parents. And really, I'm fortunate. I come from a good family, but I've done some crazy shit. Just being around these men, man, being around good people, it really changes you. It really, forget about the bad fruit. Shit, you put a good fruit around you, you're going to become a nice, special fruit. So I'm really fortunate to have these guys. And I turned 30. It sounds old, but I feel like a kid. So I think this is a really important time in my life to really get to where I want to get. I'm giving up a lot of things that I really want. I want a family. I want a future, personal life. But I love this sport. I love making a difference. I want to show people. I know if I become a champion, bro, a lot of kids out there are gonna be like, "Oh, he can do it. Oh, I know that kid. He wasn't that good. If he could do it, I can do it." And that's exactly what I fucking want, because that's life, man. If you just put your mind to something and you really believe, you get away from the bullshit, you breathe in some good shit, and you really sleep it out, you believe, you eat well, and you just dedicate your life to it, miracles happen. Miracles really happen. And just have God by your side. That's my recommendation. It helps.
For sure. So we got exclusive news insider on the panel. Exclusive. You have any questions for the future world champion, Ahmed Elbiali?
Thank you, baby.
How you doing, brother? How you doing? I just want to know, like H was saying, like, how is Sugar Hill? Like, you touched on a little bit, like, but how was your relationship with him personally?
Oh, bro, Sugar's he treats all his fighters like his sons, and I'm really not taking. I'm not saying it in any. I'm not making it hyping. I'm not hyping it up, and I'm not lowering it down. He really treats all his fighters like his kids, and anything you you ask the man, he puts it in his head. He's like, you know what? If Ahmed needs help, I'm gonna help him. The only thing he asks, he's like, you better put in the work. And what he means is like he wants all of us to push each other. He even wants me to push Tyson. Like and that's why Tyson has certain guys around. Tyson, if Tyson feels you ain't pushing him, he ain't gonna have you around. And that's why I like Tyson, man, because that's what I need too. I hate having bullshitters around. I hate it because they're gonna drag you. And in this sport is dangerous. This ain't no pity pat tennis pink. Not like this. I respect all sports, but boxing is special, and it's even different than MMA. I don't give a fuck. You don't get hit in the face as many times as you do in boxing. Like boxing is way special. You perfect your craft. You got to be perfect at boxing in every way. So with Sugar's constantly blasting these things into our head. Work hard, get better. You be a champion. There is not one negative thought that comes out of Sugar's mouth or mind. He comes into the gym smiling. Where's the music? It's time to dance. It's time to move. It's time to get grooving. We need some rhythm up in this bitch. And that's why I love Sugar. Like, you can't buy that, bro. Like, you can't. Not only can you not buy that, it's hard to teach that. It's hard to find that, especially nowadays. You know how, like, let's be real. The world's changed. So, hey, we're fortunate to have Sugar and Spice and everything nice.
For sure. So brother D Jones in the building, brother Method. Any questions, brother Method?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum, brother Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum, habibi.
I have a few questions for you, not a lot. My first question would be, what is your initial feeling when you first enter the ring? When before that bell rings, what are the emotions that you get as a fighter?
The only thing I ever think about is like, damn, I don't want to look bad. But now I don't think about fear. I just can't wait to get in the ring. I think I can't wait for the emotions that we get. The butterflies and the fear actually makes me really happy. Uh, I like to strive in chaos. I love chaos. I've always liked chaos. I like hitting people. I love big hits. I really enjoy knockouts. No matter what style people try to teach me, I always tell them this. I'm like, Sugar, I know you're going to teach me to go back and forth and not get hit, but I'm sorry, bro. I always want to knock people out. And in boxing, bro, like, I heard this interview with Mike Tyson. He's like, fear is good. Fear makes you. It's true. I think a scared fighter is a hell of a dangerous fighter. I'd rather be a little scared and nervous, bro, than not giving two shits about a fight. So going in there with a little nerve, I can't wait to feel that shit again.
My second question would be, could you go into detail or a short explanation of the importance of sacrifice and discipline as far as you as a fighter and your
Uh,
perception of it?
at one point in my career, because of what you see in boxing, you start to think like, maybe I can do the wrong thing and get away with it because it would help us. Because in boxing, we need distractions. And hold on one second, bro. I think in boxing we need distraction. But one thing I've realized over these years, like the sacrifice is gonna take you so far, bro. We're a bunch of men here. I haven't had a woman or myself in a month, and the changes that I see from semen retention or not not doing certain things in my life. I believe in not magic, but I believe in the spirit. I believe in the eyes. I believe that we talk without talking. We share our energy without even believing in it. So sacrifice, discipline, it's not just going to take you far in boxing, it's going to save you in those championship rounds. It's going to close the gap. That's what's making certain guys like Canelo very, very, very good. He's not closing the gap as far as distance, making sure that there's not one single gap for him to get hit, get caught. He's always either moving his head, moving his waist, moving his legs, or punching. And he's figured out the formula to do this for 12 rounds. That's where conditioning comes in, discipline and sacrifice. Because if the discipline and the sacrifice are missing, you're going to have thoughts in your fight. You're going to have little gaps of thoughts of shit. Oh, this, no. And that's why these guys can't handle this. It's not the speed, it's not the power. It's what they're doing outside of boxing. And if you really pay attention to matchups and opponent picking, they're picking the right guys. They're picking lazy guys. It's not just physically lazy. It's mentally lazy. It's sacrificial lazy, discipline lazy. And I think we all know what I mean. Even I have Benavidez as a great, I think he's a great, young, hungry champion. And I think if he fights Canelo, it is not going to be an easy fight. But one thing that makes it different is the discipline factor, the discipline and the sacrifices that have been put. Those gaps are what shows in championship fights.
Cool. My
sure.
third question. Oh, my bad. My third question is what are your goals in boxing? Like your upcoming goals, and what impact do you want to leave in boxing? What do you want to be remembered as?
First and foremost, from my country, I was born in Egypt. I'm a first generation Egyptian. My parents try to give me a good life here, and there's been a lot of, the world's, it is what it is. I want to really become the first Egyptian world champion. It will leave something for my country. There's never been a world champion, and as I said, like, if one person could do it, there's going to be many to follow. It'll, I think, help also create a bridge from America to the Middle East, as far as, allowing fighters to come through, giving fighters opportunities. And I mean, more fighters, more business, more money makes people more happy, and more dreams. So I'd love to become a champion at super middle, light heavy, and cruiserweight. I believe that I will. I have to. And that's my legacy, man. At this point, I think showing the world you could do something impossible is the best thing you can do for the world.
Absolutely. We had one question in the chat from my boy Peter. Peter said, Ahmed, are you a southpaw or orthodox?
My bad, Pete. I'm a orthodox, bro. Straight. I'm right-handed.
Okay. We got Shelton Moore on the panel. Shelton Moore, what's good? Do you have any questions for the future world champion?
Yes, sir. You said, how you doing, by the way, brother? How are you?
Good, Sheldon. What's up, baby? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Sorry for the noise. Sorry for the lights and all this.
Don't worry. I got a crazy dog here. You're going to hear some noise in a minute. But the thing is, man, you said you want to be a champion at super middle, light heavy, and cruiser, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's your record right now, brother?
I'm 20-1, 17 knockouts.
You're 20-1, 17 KOs. Your career trajectory, where do you see yourself with the landscape at super middle and light heavy right now? You got Zerto Ramirez, you got Bevo, Better Biev, Joe Smith, you got Plant, Benavidez, all these guys. Where do you see yourself in the mix in 2 years?
I said, in 2 years? That's very nice of you. That's very fair. In 2 years, I see myself very deep in the mix because of what I bring to the table, the cultural diversity. I'm realizing boxing likes different cultural matchups. It'd be nice for Mexican versus an Egyptian, or a, like, it sounds nice. B-Vol versus me, Caleb versus me. I've sparred you guys. There's sparring video of me and Caleb, and I'm lighting that boy up. But that doesn't mean, that's just practice. And Caleb's a hell of a fighter. I'd love to fight Caleb, but I think also we all know champions, bro. They like to hold on to their titles, and they'd rather fight a champion for a title. So at this point, I got to really find my way in there, sneak in there. And I see myself challenging a former world champion, either at a former super middleweight world champion, or a current champion. But the problem is Canelo got all the belts, and I'm not really sure if he's going to vacate them or he's going to just keep defending them. So I think in 2 years, a lot could happen. And I just need to get back in the ring. Get back in the ring and just I don't really care, but I want to show people what I've learned and how I've changed. Can't teach an old dog new tricks as far as me knocking people out, but as far as me using my feet, getting out the way of punches and giving angles, there's some things that I want to show people out there.
Good answer, brother. I like that. The second and the last question is, where are you best at? 68, 75, or 90?
It's cruiserweight, bro. I'm honestly the best there because I don't need to cut weight. Like, I got speed and I really got power for cruiserweights. And at cruiserweight, I don't have it in my head to knock them out. I just have it in my head to like hit them as hard as I can for 12 rounds. Whereas like this light heavyweight and super middleweight, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna try to knock you out. But I think I have the most fun at cruiserweight because it allows me to get out of the way of punches and look like a straight up, Manny Pacquiao and shit. But I'll look forward to going to super middleweight boxing, using my boxing ability, and there's gonna be a lot more IQ at super middleweight. Light heavyweight is destruction. It's IQ with speed and ultimate power. I think that'll be the most self-challenging and enlightening division. I feel light heavyweight is it's the one that I'm excited the most to be in. But I feel like I need to go through super middle. That's discipline and sacrifice. Begin there, get to light heavy, and inshallah finish at cruiser while I'm fat, fat and healthy.
Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate your answers. Ahmed Elbiali, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I will be following you, brother. I'll be keeping an eye on your career and much success.
Thank you, Habibi. Thank you so much.
Hey, brother. So when is your next fight? Do you have a fight coming up soon?
I was supposed to fight June 5th. I suffered like a crazy freak little tape accident under my eye, and I'm just like, whatever. I've waited a year and a half. I could wait another month. So we're hoping, we're shooting for July, mid-July, early August, the latest. And it, like I said, man, it's really disappointing. But for the past 6 months, I've been putting a lot of pressure and rushing things. And I'm realizing at this point, being around Sugar, being around these guys, no need to rush, get better, stay healthy, and just keep doing my job, man. I'm really just trying to stay next to these guys because I know you surround yourself with the right people, things change. I know that. So I'm just sick and tired of surrounding myself with the wrong people.
Absolutely. So, brother, how was that sparring session with Caleb Plant? I heard you say you was putting hands on him. It's on YouTube for those that want to watch it. Tell us a little bit about that sparring session and how many times did you guys spar?
I sparred Caleb probably 5 times in total. The first time I sparred Caleb, Caleb's sharp. I'm not gonna front. And bro, this is all practice too. Like, we're talking about practice, man. But second time I sparred Caleb, I think he posted those clips. And if you see the clips that he posted, I'm like, come on, man, that's really all you're gonna put? Like, he doesn't really have much to put. When I sparred Caleb, man, we sparred that time. He said that I came in last or something. I swear, if you know me, and you're my coach, and Justin was my coach at the time, there is no way Justin would have put me in second because I was bigger than Caleb at the time. And it just, like, when he said that, I'm like, okay, that's lying, but it's okay. But we're talking about practice, and Caleb is a very sharp fighter. He has great boxing IQ, and it was a hell of an experience. I love sparring champions. Every time I get an offer to spar a champion, I go balls to the wall, and I get kicked out of camp. But that's not my problem because I don't get fights, so I got to prove my point somewhere. I got kicked out of camp from Badu. I got kicked out of camp from Caleb. I got kicked out of camp from Andre Ward. And to me, these are all blessings because I've been in the ring with the best fighters in the world without having 300 amateur fights and without having 50 pro fights. So I wish Caleb the best, and I think it's going to be a great fight between him and Canelo, but I got Canelo stopping him in 10.
Why do you think you keep getting kicked out these training camps? I mean,
because I'm a banger. I work hard and I'm competitive, but I'm so respectful, and I think that's what fucks people's mind up. Like, they're like, bro, he's a nice guy, but he treats us like a dick in sparring. So I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do, man? I gotta thump it. I don't do that to guys that I need work with. Like, a lot of coaches tell me, "Oh, Ahmed, you're too nice. You're too nice." Yeah, I'm too nice I'm too nice to guys that need to train, that I need. Like, why am I gonna beat up my sparring partner? Floyd wanted me to knock out. I was sparring Damon Nicholson at TNT. I rocked him on, and Floyd's like, "Come on, finish him, knock him out." I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna get from knocking him out, man? I'm gonna lose a friend. I'm gonna have a bunch of other, like, people not like me because it's just sparring. I'd rather try to, like, when I would spar with Badu and Caleb and stuff, it'd be a private session. No one would be there, so I'm going all out because that's how it should be. If I also take it offensive when someone pays me to spar. So, and I've turned down money from Caleb and I've turned down money from Badu. So when they told me, "Oh, no, you got to take the money," they tell me that. "Oh, no, take it. You got to take it." I'm like, all right, you want me to really take it? I'm gonna really take it. I'll take the money and then whoop your ass.
I got you. I'm sorry. No, you good, brother. No, feel free to express yourself, my brother. So, yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You know,
boxing's pride, bro. Boxing, we all men, so you can't really hate. See, we're all men. We're all pride. We all think we got the biggest nuts in the building. So it's cool. That's what makes it so special. That's what makes it really special. I love boxing because of that, bro. You don't know who's a good fighter. You sometimes look at a kid. He got a belly, he got titties, and he throws a jab like, whoa, like Larry Holmes. Like, god damn, man. But that's the beauty of boxing. All cultures, all ethnicities, anybody can light anybody up at any given time.
Absolutely. Andre says, what's the main weapon? He said, what's the main weapon on Ahmed's arsenal? Uppercut, right hook, or jab?
I say the jab and the body shots. Body shots, bro. Go to the body, Andre. Always go to the body, bro. Use your jab, get in and out, and go to the body. Break them down, especially in the pro game. You keep they land a big right hand to the head. All right, just go back down to the body. I guarantee you he'll slow down. That for me, body shots is everything in boxing.
Very important. That's one of the lost arts, going to the body. Like the late great trainer, Brother Nazim Richardson, he used to always say, make the investment. Go to the body. Make that investment. And it's very important, you know. So, brother, I heard you mention Damon Nicholson. I know that Damon Nicholson, he just fought against Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga at 168. What do you think about a potential clash with you and Edgar Berlanga at 168 pounds?
I would love that if they took it. I would love that if they took it. That's a highlight reel, bro.
Highlight reel.
That's a highlight reel, bro. Come on. I mean, I think Edgar's a great fighter. I think he carries power in both hands, and so do I. So I think that's what boxing should be. The only thing I don't like about it is that he doesn't have enough fights. I want to fight a guy with more fight. I love fighting guys with more fights than me because it makes me feel I take all their experience. I'm like, give me your youth, you know. But if I know pretty soon I'm getting up, my age is getting up there, so I'm gonna have to fight these young bulls, and I can't wait because Pascal taught me something. Experience takes you a long way.
Absolutely. And you mentioned how you are promoted by Salida Promotions now, and we know
One thing, my bad.
Go ahead.
One thing, my bad. And one other thing, a lot of these young bulls, they don't got sacrifice. They don't got discipline. They don't eat well. They drink. They smoke. They coke up. I can't wait to eat, bro. Just talking about it, I'm like, I can't wait to eat because I know these boys, because I know them. I'm with them. So I can't wait to eat. And that's why they're picky. That's why all these boys are picky. But you know what? I'm going to keep staying hungry. I'm going to stay fasting. I'm fasting so I can stay hungry so I can eat them.
Mm-hmm. I hear it, brother. I like what I'm hearing from you. So, brother, now you said if Edgar Berlanga wants it, that's if his team wants that fight.
That's if Top Rank wants it. And believe me, when Top Rank wants to put him on blast, because Top Rank's smart, bro. They got the best matchmakers in the game. When they're ready to put his ass in deep waters, they're gonna call somebody like an Ahmed Elbiali over. I don't know if it's me, but they're gonna call somebody.
For sure, absolutely. So, brother, I see that
you seen
go ahead.
Elvis Rodriguez?
Yeah, he took a loss. He just took a loss.
Bro, because Kenneth Sims can fight. It's not because Elvis Rodriguez can't fight. It's because they've seen gaps. He's young and he's not filling in his gaps. So they're like, "Hey, you ain't gonna fill in your gaps. We gotta, bro. We're done with you." And that's Top Rank.
Hey, H, excuse me for a second. I said the same thing. I watched that fight. I said, okay, they brought this kid in to lose, but they forgot to tell him.
100%, bro. They brought him exactly that. They're like, "Oh, keep playing that guitar, Elvis. Yeah. We got you. Dang, 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 dang." Bro, you watch this fight. He outboxed, just straight up outboxed. He really didn't do anything. He's just jabbing him, keeping a good pace, going to the body, just being smart. Elvis is just lazy. And that shows you sacrifice and discipline, what he was doing outside of the show. I mean, outside of boxing. There has to be, you know what I'm saying? You see it. It instinctually you see it. You don't even need to see it. You feel it.
For sure.
Thank you, boxing guy, bro.
Yeah, he said he
like love, bro. Hey, thank you, bro.
Said he has great energy. The fans like, they like what they hear from you. Danny the Great says he said Ahmed carried himself well. He's showing love, man. That's what it's all about. And any questions from the panel? Exclusive for brother DJ? Any questions?
No questions from me. I think he answered all the questions I need to hear. He has a great career. I like what I'm hearing. Just the hunger. That makes him a champion. Your time's coming.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. That means
I got a question. Me, I'm an amateur fighter coming out of Brooklyn, right? And I'm 18, and I'm now starting to spar with guys that are like a lot bigger. Like I'm a 141 pounder. So and when you're 18, like there's 141, and when you're 17 and below, it's like 138. So I'm 141, and I'm sparring pros that have around 4-5 fights, but they're much bigger because in my gym is not many guys to work with. Tell me how, gauge to me how I would go about sparring guys that are much bigger than me and have more developed than me.
How would I go about it? I would say, first off, you have to stay patient. You have to use your jab and don't put so much pressure on yourself. When you control the center of the ring, put that in your head. It's okay to take a step backwards, but you're taking a step backwards to go forwards. It's control the center of the ring. Use your jab. Give them some wiggle, and bro, go to the body, especially with these bigger guys. Go to the body.
Yeah, today I heard him to the body today. He wasn't expecting it. I thought I had stopped him.
They don't like it, and so think about it analytically. They're bigger, so that means let's think about it numbers. They're a little heavier. they're going to carry more power because they're carrying more mass, and they're going to have more force because of the speed. So once you start going to the body, bro, you'll be taking out 0.5% almost every round. And you got to mix it up, because once you start going to the body, he ain't going to like it. So you're going to start faking going to the body, then go up top. And once you go up top, then you got to start faking going up top and going back to the body. I'm telling you, just stay patient. Don't rush in there with your head. Stay centered, not on your back foot, not on your front foot. Stay centered. You don't have to hit them with the jab. You don't have to hit them with anything. You just throw it out there. See how they're gonna react, and you're gonna find your shots. Just stay patient, stay smart. It's not necessarily defense number one, but it's defense and offense. It's always defense, offense, and go to the body, young bro. Go to the body, perfect your jab, and go to the body. A jab will take you around the world, and I promise you, a body shot will guarantee you success. And it's taken me years to believe that, but it really will. Hit them in the arms, hit them in the elbows, hit them in the heart, hit them in the throat, anywhere. Just hit them in the body, and they're just gonna be pretty soon. They're gonna be jabbing. They're thinking they're bringing their hand up. Their hand's right here. From here to here, that's a huge difference in boxing, especially when you don't know, because your coach is going to be like, keep your hands up. And you're like, oh, my hand's up. I swear. But it's not up. And blam, blam, blam. So that's my approach to you, my bro. And don't get too far off weight, especially in the amateur, since you guys have to weigh in the same day. You're still 18. Yeah. You're still 18. That means you're going to be competing for another year or two. Yeah. Stay close to your weight, bro. Like, it's going to save you in the pros. You're going to go into the pros as a young man because you haven't been burning yourself out to make weight.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, brother. So, I'm just thinking about, like, possible opponents in the future, a few names at 175. What do you think about a possible matchup with a Marcus Brown or a Joshua Buatsi from the UK? Joshua Buatsi.
I would love that. I think they got me a Joshua Buatsi call on 3 weeks notice and a Anthony Yard call on 3 weeks notice. So I'm like, oh my guys, like, these are good fights. I don't care about 3 weeks notice. What I care is I want to promote myself, because I know when I go into these fights, I'm winning these fights. So I want to come out on top in every way, because I don't want to do this half-ass anymore. I've gone through my career half-assed. I've gotten ripped off. I don't want to do that anymore. I put so much time into this. I've broken my hand 4 times. I've broken my ribs. My nose is all crooked, and I love it. I love it because this is what I live for. But I wanted to pay back. I want to have a family. I want to give my family what they've been able to give me. I want to give my country what it's given me. My country's given me many blessings, bro. I feel proud to be an Egyptian. I feel proud to be from my land. So I want to give that all back to where I come from. I want to give back to America. Without America, I would never have these opportunities. I want to give back to the coaches that have helped me. So for me to do this, bro, I got to do it, and I want to do it right. I don't want to do it half-assed, and I don't want these motherfucking dirty-ass boxing promoters to do it half-assed for these fighters. And I know if fighters see a fighter like me speaking, saying what they want, you're going to get what you want, because there's going to be no other way around it. If they all do it the right way for themselves, they're going to do it the right way for boxing. If you help yourself, you're going to help your mom, you're going to help your dad. If you're selfish to want to help yourself and better yourself, you're going to help people in the world that you don't even know. Some guy from Indonesia is going to feel happy, and he doesn't even know why he's happy. But he's just happy because you're doing something in your life that's good for you, and that's how the world works. I don't care what people say. The world is not pure science. The world is energy. It's not magic. It's spirit. It's something that there's no word to describe this earth. And boxing is one thing. Boxing taught me is boxing is life. Boxing and life go hand in hand. It's very much the same.
I have a question for the young king, H.
Okay, go ahead.
It's an upcoming fight I want to ask you about because I get a lot of flack over it, and I want to get your take as a guy that's in the game and around these guys and knows what's up. We got Davis taking on Barrios, moving up 2 weight classes to 140. I got Davis getting stopped in that fight.
Oh,
What do you have?
oh, why? Why do you say
Barrios is 25 years old.
that?
He's a champion. He's undefeated. And you as a fighter, I participated in the sport way back in 73 before you was even thought of.
Okay.
So I know a fighter's mentality.
Uh-huh.
So what you're telling me is you're going to bring this 30-pounder up to my division and pick me because you think I'm weak.
No, bro. But
so
I'll
I'm going to get myself together.
Bro.
I'm going to beat his motherfucking ass and I'm going to send him back to you.
I think one thing Mario's going to do well. Bro, I know Mario since the start of my pro debut with PBC because we both were with Louis DeCubas Jr. And Al Heyman. So I know Mario since he was like 5-0 or 6-0. I remember he's like some tall ass 17-year-old kid fighting. I'm like, bro, I've just seen. I think Mario is gonna give him a hell of a fight because he's smart. He goes to the body and he uses his jab well. And yeah, you're right. It's 2 weight classes, but I've just seen Tank drop 54-pounders in the gym. Like, no lie, I'm so surprised by it, but he's really dropped 54-pounders. And I'm saying they're 54-pounders walking around at 170.
I got you. I hear you.
No. But you're right. When you got to cut weight and you got to put on 8-ounce gloves or whatever ounce gloves, that's when boxing is not sparring. When you're sparring, you get to weigh 150 and you eat and you can, you don't have to wear a cup. Tank does what he wants in sparring. But you're absolutely right. When it comes down to a fight, Mario can crack. I mean, Barrios could crack, and he got heart and balls. Like, he's coming to fight. He's been in there with really good guys. So I think it's a good fight. I love that you have Barrios stopping him because that's unexpected. But I don't want to say who I got. I'm friends with Barrios, and I love
respect.
And I think honestly, for me, Tank is one of my favorite fighters out there. Just how he punches is so beautiful. He puts every single drop of energy into his punches, and physically speaking, athletically, he is using his hips to the fullest. His shoulders are rotating back. His hips are rotating through the opponent. I'm like, bro, this kid hits like no other. I really think he hits harder than Mike Tyson, like for a pound-for-pound ratio. I know that's not everything in boxing, but the way he does it, he makes it look special. And I'm not blowing him up. I really like him. Like I think he's a cool dude outside of boxing. He's hella serious. He got himself out, I can tell he's trying to sacrifice and he's trying to discipline himself. And he really never talks shit about any of his opponents. He goes in there with respect to most guys, and he comes out on top by knockout. Bro, I could only wish to be like that. And he's like 23. So it's like, I gotta appreciate the man, and I really do. And I wish them both success, because good thing is they're both world champions, and whoever doesn't come out on top will get another opportunity. So God bless them, bro.
Thank you for that.
Come out on top healthy, come out healthy.
Thank you for that.
Thank you
for sure, brother. So now, 2 more possible opponents at 168. What do you think about a potential clash with Daniel Jacobs or Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? What you think about those 2 names?
Whoa. I would love Chavez Jr. I really respect Daniel Jacobs, man. I think Daniel Jacobs is a real true gentleman inside and out of the ring. If I get that opportunity, I would really thank Daniel Jacobs for the opportunity, because he's a great fighter, and it would be a huge opportunity for me. As far as Julio Cesar Chavez, I just love to knock that fool out, bro. because he just, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, I'm eating today, bro. Send me to Mexico. I'll fight his ass in Tijuana. I don't give a shit. I'll fight him in his backyard, and I'll still stop him.
Wow, I like that, brother. I like to hear that.
But Daniel Jacobs, bro, I really like outside of boxing. He's like, there's certain guys I want to be friends with, and he's like one of those guys. He seems like a really cool guy. I met Sean Porter today. I've met them in Vegas, but Sean Porter's a really sweet guy, bro. Really sweet guy. He's so into boxing that he's such a nice guy. His dad is so hard on him, but but that's how it has to be. That's why he's Sean Porter. That's why he's where he's at today.
For sure. So, brother, I saw that picture today you posted. I think it was y'all was in the gym. It was Kenny Porter, Sean Porter. It was Andre Darrell, yourself, Tyson Fury, Sugar Hill. So, could you tell us a little bit about that photo and what went on in the gym today?
Oh, it was a great day today. I had one of the other dudes that trains there was like, bro, I missed out on a great day today. I'm like, yeah, man. I was thinking about his ass the whole time. His name's Andre Mangusha, some 6'6" cruiserweight. It was a great day today. We're all trying to better ourselves, and we all really respect each other. I've known Andre since I was 17. Me and Andre have been sparring since then. I haven't sparred Anthony. So I know Andre really well. Julian's there. Julian's, such a sweetheart. He's trying to perfect his craft. He has a fight coming up I think on the Davis undercard. So, bro, we're all trying to get better. The heavyweights are fun to watch. They go at it. Tyson's a big instigator. So the whole time there, he's hyping us up in the gym, and it's good, man. We got a lot of talent around, and there's no way. It's only up when you surround yourself with guys like this. And Andre Darrell, silver medalist in the Olympics. Julian Williams, a 2-time world champion. Tyson Fury, soon to be undisputed world champion. Sugar Hill, Hall of Fame trainer. His uncle, probably one of the best trainers of all time. Bro, I'm getting goosebumps saying this. Ivan Ditchko, silver medalist in the Olympics. Christian Hun, top 10 heavyweight in the world. It's like, I'm like, bro, I'm sick of surrounding myself with the wrong guys. Like, being around guys like this, it's only gonna get you better because they don't want to be around shit. We all want to get better. We're all so hungry. I can see in Andre's so hungry. Julian's so hungry. You could see it. Like, they're also coming from long distances to train with Sugar. They're staying at hotels. They're doing all this just for Sugar, and that's belief in Sugar. That's big time belief in Sugar, and it's because Sugar believes in himself. We wouldn't believe in Sugar as much as he believes in himself. He believes in himself more than we believe in him, and that's why we love Sugar, and that's why this gym is like this right now, bro. And I think tomorrow's going to be even crazier. So if we get some footage or pictures, I'll send them your way.
Yeah, that'll be cool, my brother. Hey, brother, we got Lady Chan in the building. Lady Chan, the queen, representing the UK. How you doing, Lady Chan?
Hi, H. Salute, H. Hi, Ahmed.
Hi, cheerio.
Hello. What's going on? Just a couple questions. With the current circumstances of what's going on in boxing today, like, we're not really getting to see the fights that we really want to see. Can you hear me?
Yes. I already know what you're saying. What, the Paul and the Logans and all this bullshit?
No, not really them. It's just if we look at the weight cats that are that have got potential great fights. So we saw Undisputed at 140, with Josh Taylor against Jose Ramirez. That actually passed the finish line to see something. Then you have the 135 cat where you've got the so-called four kings, but nobody's really making the fights that we really want to see because of the belt situations and emailing belts that people are saying, or Mauricio Suleiman doing favors for you know, like we got Devin Haney waiting to really prove that Teofimo Lopez isn't undisputed. So that's over there in the 135 cap, and then you've got the 147 that we really want to see. We really want to see Errol Spence and Bud Crawford and you know, and things like that. Well, we want to see Keith Thurman in the mix. We want to see Sean Porter in the mix, and then the business there seems to just trump everything happening at 147. And then, you know, 154 seems to be okay with the Charlo. Like we're gonna see an undisputed fight there. So that's cool. 160, it's a little bit stagnant as well.
Ever since Canelo and GGG left 160, yeah.
Yeah. So then it's gone to 168. We're seeing Canelo on the road, en route to being undisputed. 175 seems a bit of a hit and miss at times. We're not really seeing everything that we need to really be seeing, and it's a stacked division.
Stacked division with no money in it. Yeah,
with no money. And then we get up to, you know, heavyweight, and, you know, all of this debacle. No disrespect. You work in the camp with Tyson Fury where all of this mess, you say the road to undisputed is happening, but I don't really think that's really happening. Let's just be real, because he's not going to be fighting Anthony Joshua. So where do you stand with all of this?
I would love for boxing to go back to the old days where fighters are getting multiple opportunities, sometimes fighting the same guy 3 times because it's a good fight. I mean, we would love that. I don't know how to do it. Unfortunately, boxing has become monopolized. There's 2 major companies. I'm not even going to say 3, because in reality, Madstrom and Eddie Hearn they're still small time compared to Top Rank and PBC. American television is where it's at, and it's always going to be where it's at. And until they stop monopolizing this shit, it's going to be tough. I think, honestly, the best way to do it, unfortunately, is to reduce the amount of belts there are. I only see them creating more belts, especially for these shitty-ass fighters coming into the game. Because I guarantee you they're going to give the Pauls a belt. I don't know how they're going to give them a belt, but they're going to give them some bullshit.
They'll make a fake Paul belt. They'll make a YouTube belt, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so they're going to fucking put the YouTube logo on it and
everything.
They will. Shout out to YouTube for having us, but
but
just
still, we don't want no belts. Yeah.
So yeah,
do you see it getting a bit like what I'm saying? Like, we're not really getting the fights that we really want to see on all of the divisions that I've near enough named.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I want to stay positive. I think there's certain guys that have a voice that can do it, but they really gotta speak up and promote them, like and say that. But it's not gonna happen, because if they're getting paid, then they're keeping their mouth shut, and that's how it works.
We want to see you box. Why are you getting paid to not box? Like, we want to see them box. They're getting big deals, but they're not boxing.
They're not boxing. They're not even fighting, and they're making money. But what's your solution on this? What's your solution on this?
That's why I'm asking you.
Right? You're the fucking boxer.
Yeah, you're the boxer. Yeah, me as a fight fan, and as I run a boxing YouTube channel. I just think it's become like WWE.
I wish it was like WWE, because
more opportunities. That's why we left.
It's not even like it. That's the bad part. It ain't even like WWE right now. Boxing's like, bro, if you're you don't have to be a good fighter nowadays. You gotta have, if you got 150,000 followers on Instagram with a blue check mark, bro, you're gonna get $1 million payday. And it is what it is. Like, it's
where do you stand?
You know what? I can't wait. I can't wait until they come across a kid with 150,000 followers, a blue check mark, posting all the shit they like, but when he shows up into the ring, he's like, I don't give a fuck about all this shit. I'm here to fucking eat and
I'm
kill.
Here to bang.
And I can't wait. I can't, because they're gonna come across a kid like that. I don't know if it's me or some other young, hungry kid in the next 5 years, but they're gonna come across a kid like that, and he's gonna fuck up the game.
Yeah, that would be, well, maybe you should actually be the blueprint of that. That would be quite appealing.
I'm going to try. Thank you.
Yeah. And where do you see with the, with the Anthony Joshua, the Tyson Fury, the Deontay Wilder? What do you see this all going?
I think this is his last fight.
Whose?
Wilder's.
Mm-hmm.
It shit.
Do you see Anthony Joshua? Like, do you see Anthony Joshua wanting to bother
Well,
do it
I
like
heard
this?
he has to.
Because
I heard he has to go through Usyk.
yeah, because he's got no choice now. He's got to do the massage.
And that's not good. And hey, let's be real. Wilder, I talked to Tyson.
Oh,
And he fell off. Hopefully,
yeah, I
he
think
can
it
come
just
back.
got a bit.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
he can come back.
he'll come back in. Hi, H Money. It's
What up?
H
What up, Lady Chan? What's good?
I just literally just finished doing like something of on my side. So yeah,
I like what I hear from this brother though, Lady Chan. He seems
Mhm.
very hungry.
I'm
He
positive,
wants to fight. You could just tell he got that passion.
and he's positive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like, I just want to like, I'm intrigued to hear what he said when he said he spoke to Fury about this situation. I think that's what he was just going to say actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to get like what does he think about, all the fights that we're just not getting? I kind of wanted to ask about what did he see like the Ryan Garcia pulling the mental health card and then still, a few days later be back in the gym or a couple of weeks later, where like, the state of boxing of why we're not getting the fights that we really want to.
Yeah, I wanna ask him about this Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury Part 3. I want to get his thoughts on Deontay Wilder making all these excuses, accusing Tyson Fury of having loaded gloves, the spike water and all of that bullshit. I want to get his thoughts on that.
Yeah, Kenny Bayless was drunk, and all of that. Yeah, we need to get. Yeah, it would be good to ask because I had the pleasure to speak to. Thanks for coming through of Natasha Jonas and she thought it was pitiful, coming with. She goes, at least come with, you can come with one excuse. It's still trash, but not like 45 excuses. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I watched her fight against Terry Harper. I thought Natasha Jonas won that fight.
Yeah.
Natasha Jonas, I thought she got robbed in that fight against Terry Harper.
Yeah, so she's thinking of moving up to 140. If she doesn't get the rematch with Harper or Taylor, she can make 140. She's good at that, so she'll probably go up. She said. So thanks for coming through as well. I saw you in the comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna come through whenever I'm up. I'm gonna make sure I come through, hit that like button, and show my support to Queen Lady Chan.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So what else was you guys talking about? What weight class is he, H?
Yeah, a light heavyweight, but I think he's thinking about going to super middleweight 168. Said he wanted, the Canelo fight. He looking to fight David Benavidez. He wants all those guys. Yeah,
it might be better for him because, like we just said, 175, no money in there, but it's a stacked division. But it may be better to scale down and 168 it, where you can get better fights and there's more money in the fights, and obviously where Canelo is. There's where the money is as well. Payday. Yeah,
you got a lot of names at 168 is a deep division. You still got the Callum Smith of the world. You got Callum Smith, John Riders.
He's going up. Natasha Jonas said he's going up to 175. After that defeat with Canelo, he's been defeated at elite at that weight. There's no more that he can do. So he's going to 175 now.
Oh, who?
Callum Smith.
Oh yeah, he big. He is
bad move.
Well, he's 6'3". He's been beaten by the elite. There's no point floating around. Well, he could because he could have if Jamal Charlo comes up, then he can have people like that. I guess you're right, Shell. He could stay up there, stay at 168, 175. Maybe a bit too stacked for him. Yeah, you're right.
Those dudes hit hard, and those dudes are bigger.
Yeah, because they are naturally heavy, like cruiserweights when they're walking around. So, yeah, you're right. It might not be a good idea, right, Shelton? Big up, exclusive. Hi, exclusive.
How you doing, Lady Chan?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just coming from the gym and things like that.
Oh, good. How's it going?
It's the process is slow, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
What weight cut? What weight are you going to like train us? What's the weight cap?
In the amateurs, I fight at 141 pounds, but when I turn pro, I'm gonna probably go down to 135.
135. Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah. What's your height?
I'm about 5'8" and a half.
5'8" and a half. Well, then, you thank you for being on my channel. So, like, we should You know, you're always welcome at my channel.
Yeah.
Anytime you see us on. And if
I'll
there's
be on
anything,
whenever you want.
yeah, and if there's anything that you ever want to promote or of yourself or that, we can sit down, we can chop it up, and you know.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Lady Chan.
No, you're more than welcome. Yeah, you're a good guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, H, yeah, we had a marathon session, 10-hour live. I'm trying to be like you, isn't it? I've been to sleep for 1 hour.
You got to get some rest though. You're gonna have to, get you some sleep for sure.
Yeah, I know.
That was a great live. That was a great live.
a great live, wasn't it? Guys, that's Shelton. Weren't it, Shelton? We had fun, didn't
Yeah,
we?
it was excellent, Chan. It was excellent.
Yeah.
And you know who I would like to see him fight, H?
What you say, Sheldon?
Ahmed. You know who I'd like to see Ahmed fight?
Who?
I'd like to see him get in there with Zerto, man.
Zerto Ramirez, yeah. Don't Zerto about to fight Bivol, right?
Yeah, he got Bivol in September. Zerto fights Bivol in September. That's a good fight.
So when's he going out?
What was that?
When's he going out for his next fight? Ahmed.
I'm not sure. He said what did he say? I think he said like in a couple of months. I think he said the summertime. He said
he's looking towards the end of June or July, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And did you guys see what Eddie Hearn was saying about this whole why undisputed, what happened, and basically that Bob Arum was just a damn liar?
No, he's just embarrassed.
It's just a whole bunch of he said, she said stuff. So I'm focused on the fights, which is Anthony Joshua Usyk coming up and Tyson Fury Wilder. And then once they get past those fights, then we can get back to it. But as far as the blame game, I'm gonna stay away from that. That's not for me.
Okay, got you.
yeah, but right now it's like this person. It was this person's fault. So it's crazy at this point.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the whole interview because it's really.
Did you guys see what Bernard Hopkins said to Demetrius Andrade about him chasing Canelo? He should keep chasing Canelo.
Who said that? Say that again.
Did you hear what Bernard Hopkins said to Demetrius Andrade? He told him that he should keep he should be the Marvin Hagler to Canelo to keep chasing him for the fight.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what he should do. See, that's old school. We don't have that no more. Back in the day, fighters put up on each other. You at the restaurant, I'm at the restaurant. You at the laundromat, I'm at the laundromat. Wherever you at, I'm at. I want to fight.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That's gonna really start going viral. And then Canelo at some point his fans are gonna demand it because they're gonna be like, what's going on? Why are you scared of this guy? So eventually that's gonna start. And Canelo, that's basically Erislandy Lara basically did that to Canelo, and he had no choice. The fans were like, "What's going on? You don't want to fight him?" And he wound up fighting him, and that was a good fight.
That was a great fight. I had Lara winning. To be fair,
yeah, a lot of people did. I did too.
JC, I mean, ignorant boxing. I thought it was JC. You watched the whole interview? Yeah, big up. Yeah, of that. Yeah, we're just gonna stick to. Yeah, they did a whole hour of he said, she said. But yeah, I didn't watch the whole interview, but big up. I think I see you. I think did you come through on my thing? One of you guys came through when H came through, and big up Maestro as well. I want to big up Maestro. I will be coming to be on your channel in June, like the next 2 weeks. So stand by. I will be there.
This summer's gonna just be
a girl gotta sleep. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put out the prediction, of what. Did you see Tasha Jonas's prediction of Linares and Haney?
Yeah, I saw it. I was watching. Yeah, I saw it.
Right.
No, I didn't see it.
Strange. We won't talk about it because I'll put it out and then everybody can watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. She went totally that was a bit of a curveball for me, but yeah, interesting to see it here and see everybody's opinion because everybody knows that Linares isn't come to play. Hopefully, it's a very dangerous fight, and he put Lomachenko on his ass.
Yeah.
So all right, that was a minute ago, not 8, but but he's got the capability of doing that. So, and
You're talking.
Loma. So, I know the triangle theory is not always the theory, but it'd be an impressive win if Devon beats him in an impressive fashion. It will make Teofimo Lopez have to just chill out for a little minute.
Well, you're talking about a 4-division world champion. So
yeah,
if this guy don't have nothing else, he got pride. He's not coming anywhere to lay down.
Yeah.
So like I said from the beginning, Haney better be ready.
Yeah.
I seen him in his last fight. He didn't look like he was ready to be done with boxing at all. He looked as sharp in the fight, and I think he wound up stopping the dude in his last fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and take a look at his last 2 recent fights.
Yeah, he looked as sharp.
Because I want to do a decent prediction and a more accurate prediction of a fight prediction to see what's what. So before doing that, I need to see a little bit more, and then because I know Devon style and already, so I don't need to really check out any more Devon Haney fights, but I need to check out some Jorge Linares fights for sure, just to see his whole income. Sometimes you've got a reference of someone, but sometimes you've got a reference of them, maybe 5 fights ago, and then you've missed the last 2. So it's better just to kind of refresh and see what's up, and then you can make more of an informed opinion and decision. So that's what I'm going to do. But off the rip, I have Haney, but I just want to give a bit more in-depth reasons to why I have Haney. Hence why I analyze boxing, because you got to know what you're talking about.
Well, y'all, I just finished my salad. I'm finna eat. I'll get back at y'all in a minute.
Later. Salute.
Yeah, and I was on Facebook, and I saw somebody said with the Pacquiao and Errol fight that Errol's gonna win, but Pacquiao's gonna put him down at least one time. At least. Yeah. I can see that.
I can see that happening. That will make for a good fight if that happens. I don't want to. I'm going to be pissed off if I see Pacquiao get washed, which he, in my opinion,
I don't want to see it be a
white.
I
don't want to see it like that. But Pacquiao, we may see Spence on his ass.
Yeah, that'll be crazy.
Epic.
It's possible, Lady Champ, because Earl Spence is a pressure fighter. He has a great jab. He's a great body puncher. And Earl Spence, he doesn't show any respect for his opponents. So he's gonna come out there. He's gonna come out there to destroy Pacquiao. Yeah, he's gonna go out there to whoop his ass.
And Pacquiao has pop, a lot of pop. And he is 43, but they say the last thing to go is power. And he's still got some type of speed.
And when he catches you, he usually catches you when you're going backwards.
When you're going backwards, because he can launch after you. Pacquiao's good at that, that kind of flying. It's strange how you see that thing where he kind of leaps with the left. He kind of leaps in with the left, and it's weird. And it's kind of like a heat-seeking destroy missile with that. It finds you. Yeah, with that velocity.
He's awkward. Manny is very awkward. You can't really train for that type of style. The angles he throw his punches, it's weird. You can't even prepare for something like that. So Earl Spence has never even been in a ring with somebody like a Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is still very dangerous, though. I ain't gonna just count him out all the way.
He's an ATG. He's an ATG.
Definitely all-time great. Definitely. No, we can't. We'd be silly to count out a 8-weight world-class champion. We'd be silly. Who does that? No one. So. Yeah, and he's still. I give him props. I think, in my opinion, that this is his last. This is either handing the torch over or his last, charade, and then he's going to be out after this. I think it would be a good idea if Manny, retires after this fight. I don't want to see a Manny that I just remember him getting beat down to the canvas for the next 3-4 fights. Go out on while you're ahead.
The thing is, though, Lady Chan, I really don't think Pacquiao is coming to lose. I think he thinks he's gonna win this fight.
But where
I really think he thinks he's gonna win this fight.
But after he wins, where's he going? Is he planning?
I'm not going to go as far as to say he doesn't want to fight Bud. I would not say that because the style, but him and Bud, they're both dangerous for each other. Their styles are just dangerous for each other. It's not necessarily that it's not necessarily that Terrence's style is just dangerous for Pacquiao. Pacquiao's style is also dangerous for Bud. So like I don't necessarily think he's scared of him, but he just knows who the man at 147 is. Despite what Errol's resume is, he knows who the best at 147 is skill wise.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to see if that's he's going to do that. If he's going to go from Spence and then he goes to Bud, I'm with it. But like literally after that, if that make that your last fight, regardless of a win or a loss, you know, because once he fought Thurman that couple summers ago, that took a lot out of him.
Yeah,
that took a lot out of him, and he was 40 then or 41. Now he's only getting older, so those guys are going to test him to his physical levels. Errol Spence will test him to his physical levels to a degree, but definitely a Bud Crawford who's the next step up, in my opinion.
Because that would be for undisputed. Because Terrence Crawford has the last belt.
Right?
Oh man, I would love that. Pacquiao would jump at that.
But he can't. I just don't see Pac being able to beat Bud.
Yeah, I heard Pacquiao asked for $40 million to fight Bud. He wanted less to fight Spence.
How much is he taking to fight Spence? Because this tells you a lot that you only put your price really high on the level of opponent. So if you only wouldn't budge on 40 million for Bud, but yet you've taken lower for Spence, that shows that you see Spence as a lesser threat than Bud.
Yeah. And he might be sadly mistaken. Who knows?
Yeah, it could backfire. We this is boxing at the end of the day, where things go left real quick. So I'm just it's going to be a good weekend to see this fight on the zone with Devin and Linares. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to able me to like settle the questions that I've had for Devin with all the rest of the lads. So where to put him, and so it's a big fight.
Yeah, and Devin is really intelligent on the business side. I never seen a fighter so young, so like I really admire that about him. And I tried to pick Bill's brain a little bit on it, but I forgot a little bit of the questions I was going to ask him because I was rushing a little bit. But like he's really smart on the business side, and I think he went to college for something. I'm not really sure, but I think he went to school for something. I'm not sure. About business or something. I'm not really sure on that, but
maybe that's what he studied. Maybe he studied business.
Yeah, he's really intelligent. He knows the business side, and like a lot of these fighters, I think he's like right next to Tank when it comes to the stars as being one of the top paid guys at 135. Definitely, right. And he hasn't even had a pay-per-view yet, and that's impressive.
I know. That was going to be a question that I was going to ask. He's never had a pay-per-view, Devin. Wow. That's quite wild, actually. I actually assumed that he did. I just thought that he'd had. Well, he's en route to that, and this is what I'm saying. This is going to help him get to that goal if he really finishes off Linares in a.
Well, I think
makes it great. It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think like it's kind of weird because on the zone, I don't think they even have pay per view because we pay. Like I paid the $20 a month for it, so he would have to branch off from that to have pay-per-view.
For him to. Yeah, he would have to be out of his deal. Hello, you disappeared.
Hey, sorry about that.
It's all good. We got the champ. The champ is back.
What you're saying is, so Tyson has to fight Wilder, and now Joshua's gonna fight Usyk, and now what does that leave him? Shit. I was talking to Tyson, and I was saying, "Hey, Tyson, does Wilder hit hard?" And he said to me, he said something really smart, and he's like, I really don't know because Wilder has the type of one-punch knockout that by the time he hits you, you're waking up. Like I'm like, whoa. Wow. He's like, I don't even feel the shot. You just wake up and you're like, oh shit, I'm down. So Wilder, I get it. Tyson does have his heart, his balls, and his mojo, but Wilder still has.
He's right.
A scared fighter is a really dangerous fighter. And
let me ask you something, Ahmed.
Really scared. So, hey, one punch could do everything. And now with Joshua and Usyk,
where do you see the results of the fight? So I see like the same result happening. Like with what we're seeing with Wilder, we're seeing he's going back to basics, going back to trying to get back his basic fundamentals. It's looking not too bad. There's still some stuff that looks like trash, but it's Wilder at the end of the day. You can't really ask for too much. But so I see that fight, depending on what Wilder comes all I see is that he's going to just last a bit longer in the ring with Tyson, but he's still going to get beat. That's just the only outcome. Yeah, he'll last longer in the ring, but beat nonetheless. With Anthony Joshua with Usyk, where do you see it going? What do you see?
Stylistically, that's not an easy fight for Joshua. I seen Usyk beat a lot of type of Joshuas in the amateurs. He beat Joe Joyce very not easily, but he beat him pretty easily. And I gotta say, Joe Joyce he's a tough son of a gun and very difficult to fight because he is awkward. Whereas Joshua, I would say, is a little simple. He's a little simpler to fight because he's very direct with his punches. He's jab, right hand, left hook, uppercut, and that's about it.
But he's great with throwing those. He's got power in both hands.
Exactly.
Comes second to Wilder in out of the most powerful punches. Wilder first, Joshua second in the heavyweight division. That's a fact.
Steven, I agree. Right now, what I've seen with Fury too, Fury's in the gym, bro. He's aggressive. He's really aggressive. He is not backing down. So I agree. Fury stays close to him. He stops him for sure. And with Joshua and Usyk, I do have Joshua pulling that out because I just hope his heart wants to pull it out so we can unify these heavyweight titles. But I would still, if Usyk just finds some way to just be slippery and slidey and do all this southpaw movement, it is not going to look good for Joshua because he gets tired. He can miss a lot of punches. And scientifically speaking, when you carry a lot of mass and you're lean, you're going to get tired. Like he's very lean.
Well, he's lost all that weight. He's not coming in at the big bulky. He hasn't come in like that since Ruiz too, and we saw how he boxed and outboxed Ruiz for 12 rounds. So the engine questions I think need to be put to bed now. Okay. Like we've seen the evolution of that. Like I wish people would stop like talking about the past and still trying to pin it on the present when it's clearly doesn't present itself as such. So yeah. So
people do the same thing to me. They're like, oh, he always gets tired. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You need to see recent stuff. If you're allowed to get tired in a fight because you're fighting, but gas tank engine problems. Anthony Joshua 1,000,000% used to have that. He would gas out mid rounds for sure. But we've seen him absolutely work on that and get better. We've seen him work better on his punches that they're not telegraphed any longer, and you don't see him coming from a mile away, which is a good thing. His power is, like we said, it's good. And yeah, with Usyk, where I could see it could go wrong is if it goes to points and Usyk just does this. Usyk's a great dancer, and he can point score, he can stick and move,
but he didn't look good with Carlos Takam. I don't care what people say. I think Carlos Takam is a good fighter, like a tough fighter, but I don't think Usyk looked like a real good heavyweight.
With Chisora, you mean?
Well, I'm sorry, Chisora, yeah. But
Anthony Joshua's with Takam.
But Usyk never fought Takam?
No, Anthony Joshua did.
Yeah, his last fight was against Derek Chisora. Maybe you're talking about the Chisora fight.
But was...
Oh, you talking about Michael Hunter? Is it Michael Hunter you talking about?
No. But was Usyk introduced to the heavyweight division through Takam?
No, it was Witherspoon.
Oh, Chaz Witherspoon. Okay.
Yeah.
And with Chaz Witherspoon, he didn't look... I'm not going to say he looked good. I can't say he looked bad.
He didn't look great.
He didn't look like a heavyweight.
Yeah.
There's something about these heavyweights when they punch, something happens, especially in 10-ounce pro gloves. And I feel like when he hit Chaz and when he hit Chisora, they weren't really phased by it.
Yeah, because this is what I'm saying, Ahmed. Like, when this is where I see where Usyk will do like amazing in the heavyweight division. So when it comes to guys that are maybe pressure fighters, move forward, but slow footwork, maybe slow handwork, but they're more of a brawler than a boxer. Usyk beats them every time. But when you've got comboed people like, Gillian White is evolving out of the brawler category into fighter a bit more. I feel that Usyk, it could be on a bit on the line for that. We don't know. But when you get with someone like Tyson Fury, who can box, who can move, who's fluid. Usyk's not going to fare well at that level with Joshua. Joshua can box, has power, has movement. As long as he cuts off the ring on Usyk, it's game over. So to a certain level, Usyk can do okay in the heavyweight division. Will he keep his O? It's a no.
Yeah, I agree. I think also as a fighter, when you are going into a fight and you're not really worried about a man's power, you go into a fight really, really ultra confident, especially when you're that big and strong. You're like, he's not going to phase me power-wise. I'll walk him down. And eventually someone's going to do that to Usyk because he is the smaller man now.
Smaller guy, isn't it?
And he's the smaller man, and he didn't keep his speed. Like, he didn't. He moves well and all that.
But you saying it as he put on the weight, you saw his speed lessen, didn't it? For that,
yes,
correct.
When I watched him fight Michael Hunter or Glukowski, what's the world boxing cruiser, all these guys.
I know the one. He just beat
Gasayev.
And they're talking about Okoli wanting to maybe fight him, and I was like, this is a no-go. He's one of the top. He's like the top cruiserweight at the minute.
Okay,
I can get his name. I'm not really well cruiser.
Cruiserweight, I see him using his speed well, but from the first get-go at heavyweight, he does not look the same. I think he has a great chin. I think he's an all-around good fighter, but his specialty was footwork. His specialty is not even in and out movement. It's around you movement. He's all around you. And
where would you see him with someone with Andy Ruiz? Usyk and Andy. Ooh. Andy fast hand, Ruiz slow feet, fast hands. What I'm saying is, if Usyk gets caught by these, he has got a good chin because I see Derek Chisora land some, but Derek Chisora is a bit sloppy, so it's not clear punches, if you get what I'm saying. But if you get someone like Ruiz, fast hand Ruiz, Usyk's gone.
Yes, especially I see it because they're the same height. They're like, I don't know.
6'3".
Yeah, like punching connect wise, it's very easy to land, and Ruiz has fast hand speed for a fat boy. He is fast, and his hands move well with his feet. He's in and out
it's ridiculous.
For a heavyweight, and I don't think Usyk has seen a talented heavyweight with that
like
speed
that.
yet.
And I think the thing with Andrew Ruiz is I think we tend to overrate his power. He has power, don't get me wrong, but I think we tend to overrate his power because he hurt Anthony Joshua and stopped him. I really think that.
I think people gauge that, and that what people need to know. Another thing, I will chime in for AJ because people are like, oh, his chin's questionable. Well, he didn't get hit on his chin. He got an equilibrium shot. That's what he got. It was a temple shot. Anybody, if there's no amount of training that you can do if someone over 175 to 200 pounds upwards hits you on your temple, your unit's getting scrambled.
Yo, I got a question for you, brother. Before it's too late, before you have to go. Now, what was your thoughts when Deontay Wilder got beat by Tyson Fury in the second fight? A lot of those excuses that Wilder made after the fight, he said that the costume was too heavy, and then he turned around and said he never said it. Then they released the audio where he did say it. He accused Tyson Fury of cheating him with loaded gloves. He accused his trainer Mark Breland of spiking his water. What was your thoughts when Wilder did all of that? You trained with Tyson Fury, and what do you think about the third fight? What do you predict in the third fight? And what is Tyson Fury's mentality leading up to this third fight? Does he really want to punish Deontay Wilder again for making up all these lies?
I think he truly does want to punish him. He's very clear on what he says and what he wants. I think also a lot of people are very butthurt financially for Wilder doing what he did with this arbitration shit. So they're going to be begging Fury to put it on his ass. They're going to, I really see Bob Arum, for him to say, oh, fuck that. We're not going to get him out the way. We'll fight him July 24th. He believes in Fury so much to do that. and he doesn't believe that he's just going to beat him. He believes that he's going to stop him easily. And coming from Bob Arum, bro, he's not a matchmaker, but he's one of the best matchmakers in the sport.
Bob Arum's a liar.
Yeah,
let him finish, please.
He's a promoter. He has to be. You know how I know he's a liar? When Josh Taylor whooped Ramirez, he was whooping Ramirez, and then he says, "Oh, I had it an even fight without the knockdowns." And I'm like, bro, you got to be one of the best promoters in the world to say that, because that Ramirez just got his ass lit up for 12 rounds. I don't know what the hell you're smoking or eating, bro. But he's a promoter, and I just feel like Tyson really does have his fucking mojo, bro. Like, he's just really happy and confident right now. And his mind, for you to change trainers and go back to basics, you need a tune-up fight. You need, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to tell Al or something, hey, I want to fight Fury, but I'm going to need I got a tune-up fight because I haven't tried these new skill sets out. Now he's going to go try new skill sets on Fury. Oh, he's going to be like, try new skill sets. It's going to be worse for him. He's going to be a beginner. So I don't know, man. I think Al is a smart guy, and I know why Al did this, because there's chances. He knows that this could ruin everything, and he knows that. I don't think it will, but he knows there's a big chance that this could ruin everything. Just like Lady Chan said, like, and the road to undisputed after July 24th can never be seen in the next 10 years again.
And earlier you said you think this third fight will be Deontay Wilder's last fight. Do you believe Tyson Fury will end his career in this third fight?
I don't think he's going to end his career. I think this arbitration case ended his own career. I know Al and his advisors know the best thing for them. And he's a former world champion. He's always going to get opportunities. But doing things like this is not, as much as boxing fans like it, I think instinctually most people in the business don't like this, because a lot of people were looking forward to this undisputed matchup, because it's something that's not just being looked forward to. It's appreciated in sports. It's like a Wimbledon opportunity. It's one of the biggest opportunities in boxing. So especially as a heavyweight. You know, we don't get to see this often. We get to see it with Terrence Crawford or Josh Taylor, but they want to see it with these big titans. Even I do. Like, it's history. So it's not a good thing what he did. Going through lawyers, court, it's always going to burn bridges. Always going to burn bridges.
What's your prediction for the third fight, brother?
I have it on. I'm gonna go under 7.
Faster than the second fight. He gonna do it faster than the second fight. Beat him up worse.
I think he's just gonna. It's gonna be stopped under 7, just because of. I've seen he's comfortable, man, and it's not about power in boxing. If you don't hit anybody with your power, it don't really matter. So. It's also mentally, like, they're both in really polar opposite places in life. One is trying to, like, overcome the most devastating loss of his career, and one is not just on the top of the mountain, he's on the top of the world. Like, to him he has the world in his hands.
And how has Tyson Fury been looking like in training so far? How is his confidence right now? Do you think he's better than ever? Do you think he's on top of his game at the moment?
Tyson Fury comes off as a man that is always better than ever. I think he I don't know how to describe it. I think to him, he'd be like, oh, this is the normal for me. I've always been this way. And he's just also very comfortable with Sugar. I think Sugar's giving him something that I'm trying to see or learn, but it's something I haven't even begin to process. So I think their chemistry's going really well, and they gotta get through this, man. I can't just hype Tyson up for this. I'm telling you, Wilder's just bro. He's gonna be dangerous. He knocked him down in that first fight, and
twice.
and yeah, and so he's like Wilder's dangerous. Wilder's hell of dangerous. So
For the limit that he does have, he's dangerous with that limit.
hey, bro, he doesn't need to open his eyes. He doesn't even need to land a punch. He doesn't even really need to land the punch clear on you. If he skids your head, like you lose your legs and shit. And when I was young, I think I've never seen a heavyweight knock like 4 guys out straight, and they all like they're still punching while they're knocked out. Like I think with Wilder, he's the only guy I've ever seen that do that back to back to guys. Like usually you see like, oh, it happens once in a lifetime. Oh wow, damn, dude, this guy's out, but he's still shaking. But with Wilder, he's doing this every single knockout. So I'm like, this guy's separating heads from spinal cords. Like, it's not just punching power; it's beyond that. So he definitely has a huge chance. He hits harder than Joshua. I'm sorry, by a long shot. I think Joshua has more of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 knock you out power.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have
Wilder is
power. Yeah, he doesn't.
This man Wilder, he slaps you to death. He's like,
yeah,
slap.
Yeah, Wilder has one punch power for sure. That's it.
And he doesn't punch correctly. Like he's not punching technically correct, and he's still causing massive damage. Like
and the thing is, I believe when Wilder dropped him the second time in their first fight, I believe for some reason I believe Tyson absorbed a little bit of the impact, because I don't think Wilder necessarily hit him as hard as we think.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I don't really think, but the left hook was strong. The right hand hurt him, but the left hook, I don't really think it did as much damage. I really don't think it did.
It was just pushing him off the balance. It was the right hand behind. It was kind of behind the ear, so that really like ooh, and then the left hook was just like, oh, you're off balance. Get out of here, boom. But for TV, it looked phenomenal. For TV, it made us realize, holy smokes, Wilder is not to be fucked with. So like, and that's what it's about. It's entertainment. It really is. It's a big part of it. A big part of winning is entertainment, and that's why they gave him the draw, because he deserved it. Because even though people were like, "Oh, he lost every round," but hey, he lost every round, but he still came out, stayed in the ring, and gave you two knockdowns in a fight versus the best fighter in the world. So,
you know that I rewatched it. I did a thing on my channel yesterday where I rewatched. Initially, when I watched the Wilder Fury 1 fight, I had Wilder winning 2 rounds. You know, when I watched it back this time, I had it 6 rounds even, but Wilder 115 and Fury 113. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I missed that, Lady Chan. I wish I was
there. Yeah, great. Yeah. So initially, I thought Wilder only won 2 rounds. I was like, no, I only got 2 rounds. But when I rewatched the fight, and we all did, everybody, like we did a group watch along, and we rewatched it, and we scored, and we got pro Wilder fans that like watched it, and they come up with a different conclusion. We did round by round, and they was even like, yo, like some of them like, oh, Wilder lost. Some was like it was a draw. Some was like Tyson Fury lost. Like it was just, we just took out and no bias, and we just scored it. So it was amazing to go back on that. So yeah, I do think he does deserve the credit to actually at least have it deemed as a draw, because in my opinion, he actually just edged it.
And hey, you think about boxing, you think knockout. You think about boxing, you think knockdowns. That's it. Boxing knockouts goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
10 counts. That's just the name of the game. So you don't think about boxing, you think unanimous decision. So like that's why they're giving him this opportunity. They're like, hey, he can still do it. I was like, you can still do it, bro. Just believe you can do it, baby. Fuck it all up.
Fury will get him.
Off-topic question for you, Ahmed. Who do you think will win in the fight between Lomachenko and Nakatani? What do you think about that fight?
Man, you guys, I like you guys. You guys love boxing as much as me. I was just talking to someone about that. Fuck, after Nakatani, he knocked out the
Verdejo,
crazy dude, right? Verdejo. Nakatani, bro, he's top rank. I'm telling you, top rank. When they want to put you out on blast because they see a gap, you never know why they're bringing Nakatani for Loma. That's not an easy comeback fight after a loss.
Nope.
This man is a straight refrigerator. You hit him with everything, he don't give a fuck. And Loma doesn't have pop. And I don't think that's really Loma's real weight class. That's what, 135 or 140?
135.
135, yeah.
So Loma should be at 130, really. At 135,
Yeah,
I think
that's where
he's small
that's
for
where he naturally. Well, he's like good 125.
He's actually really a 126.
But I think it's really impressive that he
takes that.
he dared to be great going up to 135.
He does dare to be great, but I see them like. Did Nakatani fight Teofimo Lopez too?
Yeah, that was a tough fight.
And he gave Teofimo that really like first.
Because he's tall.
He put Teofimo on blast on that fight, right?
But he's also really irresponsible on defense. I think that's what we have to take into account too. And Loma really executes to the body really well.
Yeah.
He does, but Loma hasn't knocked guys out at 135.
He hasn't got.
He stopped Linares at 135.
Yeah, he stopped Linares.
And
he also got dropped at 135 by
Linares. He got dropped. And look,
who's the one that that got beaten by Garcia the other day?
Garcia? Which Garcia?
Oh, Luke Campbell. I don't think he stopped Luke Campbell.
Yeah, Luke Campbell, yeah.
He stopped Luke Campbell at one point in that fight. He took a knee for a bit. And then got
It was a body shot, right?
Yeah, body shot.
Yeah, they won 12. Yeah, they went to the decision, though. He could have
the decision, but Luke Campbell's a big guy, and Loma doesn't have pop in comparison, and he gave Luke Campbell problems.
He still dropped,
And he knocked out Anthony Crawler. Anthony Crawler isn't really that good, but he did go life and death with Linares and
but Loma was actually at his best, I believe, at the smaller weight class.
You guys got Linares or Devin Haney?
I got Devin Haney. Devin Haney, one of my favorite fighters. He actually is my favorite fighter.
He's a great boxing IQ, bro.
Who have you got? I got Devin Haney.
I got Devin Haney.
I'm gonna watch Linares.
I think Linares is one of the most talented guys in boxing, but he's become a loser. He's gotten used to losing, and he's appreciating losing because he's making money losing. It's not good for boxing, but that's what boxing does. Linares used to be one of my favorite fighters, but yeah, I have Devin stopping Linares.
And Linares he's a little explosive too. He can get really, really explosive in spurts.
Yeah, I think he has that chance, but Devin now.
Devin is
Devin's surrounded by the right people. Like
I
went at it with Devin's people about 2 weeks ago. You know, Church.
Yeah, Church. Yeah, that's just like this hype man,
bro. Church is exactly. Church is always talking shit, but hey, they're good people and they're hungry, bro. Devin's hungry, real hungry.
Yep, and shout out to his father.
Mean, but mean in the good way. Mean in all the right ways for boxing.
Mm-hmm. What you think Sugar Hill could do for a young fighter like Devin Haney?
I'm sure he can do a lot. I think certain young fighters though are surrounded by their pops and big time egos and all that. It makes it complicated. I think eventually that's going to happen because it's good. It's going to be good for Devin and good for his career. So I think Sugar could do really good work with someone like Devin and other fighters too. I think Sugar could do well with Ryan Garcia.
He could do well with everyone, yeah.
Yeah, he could do well with a lot of these guys because
if they got the connection, if they make a good connection, you know, because connection with your trainer is important as well. And I think that's where Tyson Fury has found like a comfortable new home as such, you know, and it's brought him some stability. So yeah, as long as you create a good relationship, then I think Sugar Hill could do a load of good. They're iconic, they're legendary.
The style that Sugar has is very all-around friendly for a lot of fighters. It's a very boxing-oriented style. It's straight-up boxing. He is not teaching us how to be a fighter. He's teaching us how to be a boxer. He's teaching us to. So it's not about hitting. It's not about getting hit. It's about really winning the boxing match and really constantly putting that in your head for 12 rounds in 3 minutes each round. That this is a boxing match. You got to come out on top. And if you do everything right, you're going to not only come out on top, but you should be able to knock him out because you're breaking down your opponent correctly. And that's why I like Sugar. And that's why Tyson really loves Sugar because Tyson wants to knock everybody out. That's what he told me. He's like, He's like, I want to finish the rest of my career all knockouts. He says that he went out through his younger career purposefully not trying to knock guys out, trying to box and all that. And with Sugar, Sugar tries to change up the whole style, and that's why I'm with Sugar, because I want to knock guys out too.
Sit down on your punches and then plant your feet and get down to
Sugar really wants to knock guys out. He's like, hey, if you're gonna punch him, you better punch him. Don't give me this pity pat bullshit.
Yeah, we're not on it.
See, Ahmed, you see now, Devin Haney, like some of the critics will say, oh, Devin Haney's not a hard puncher and things of that nature. So what I'm thinking is, he get with a trainer like Sugar Hill will really help him increase his punching power. You know what I mean? Do you think Sugar Hill can help increase the punching power for Devin Haney the same way he did with Tyson Fury?
I don't think he's going to necessarily help him increase it. I think what he'll do is change his mindset to commit to punching hard. And I think that's the problem with most fighters. It's not that they don't possess punching power. It's that they're not fully committing to their punches. They're punching, and then once they feel the tip of the glove land, they're thinking defense. And of course, that's not bad. That's good, because it's protect yourself at all times. It just depends what you're focused on. When I throw a punch, I'm committing to that punch. Yeah, and I'm thinking defense. But once I see the reaction, then I'm like, all right, defense. Whereas other guys, they're thinking defense before they even land the punch. And that's what Sugar tries to teach us. He's like, be patient. It's going to happen. And when it happens, do not false commit. Commit completely. Because if you false commit, that's when you get hurt.
For sure. Lady Chen, any more questions? Exclusive?
No. Thank you very much for answering all the questions that I asked. Massively appreciated.
Yeah, she has her own channel. Aki, she has her own channel, my brother. Hopefully one day you can do an interview with Lady Chen. Subscribe to her channel, and she can hit you up on an Instagram as well.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, cool.
Take care,
For sure, brother.
I'm going to sign out.
Thank you, Lady Chen. Appreciate you.
It's 4 a.m. in London.
All right, yeah, get some rest.
Yeah, Ahmed, exclusive. Everybody in the chat, salute.
All right, Lady Chen.
See you later.
Peace out, Lady Chen. Thank you, Lady Chen.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Queen. Exclusive. Any questions for Brother Ahmed before we let him go?
Nah, that'll be all, brother. Thank you for your opinions on everything, and I wish you well in your career.
Thank you. You too, man. Hey, best wishes. Stay sharp. All right, stay sharp, bro.
Absolutely.
For sure, brother. He got a channel as well. Exclusive.
I got you. All right, I got you. Exclusive.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to your inbox. And appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for coming, doing an interview with me. I appreciate it so much, my brother.
Thank you.
And we looking forward to the rest of your career. We're going to tune in to your next fights, and you're welcome back anytime. We're going to keep in touch, my brother. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Habibi. Thank you. Salaam alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace out, man. Shout out to the brother Ahmed Elbiali. Appreciate the brother, man. Peace. We out, y'all. Great interview. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. We gone. Future world champion. Tyson Fury's teammate. Ahmed Elbiali, future world champion. He wants to smoke with Canelo, David Benavidez, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Edgar Berlanga, Joshua Buatsi. He wants to smoke. Let's make the big fights happen, baby. Appreciate the time. We out.